All right, what's up, guys? My name is Michael Dulu. I'm going to be your host today for Pull Up the Tape. Very short podcast today. I'm just going to talk about basketball, and I'm going to get up out of here, all right? So, yesterday, the Philadelphia 76ers ended their three-game losing streak with their win over the Miami Heat. So, this game was, very, very good from the third quarter to overtime. And the reason why this game, the Sixers even had to fight back is because in my opinion, they played pretty bad in the first half. All right. And specifically, I understand that the Sixers won, but I have to keep it real and I have to be honest. Ben Simmons played like doo-doo yesterday. Yes, he had 12 assists, but he wasn't aggressive at all. At all. In 17 minutes, listen to this. In 17 minutes, Ben Simmons only had 3 points and 1 shot attempt. In 17 minutes, Ben Simmons, 6'10", 240, fast as fuck, big as fuck, strong as fuck, only had 1 attempt and 3 points. Honestly, it just makes sometimes, and I obviously this isn't going to be a normal thing. This is a rare occurrence, but I still have to talk about it because if for the Sixers to be title contenders, Ben Simmons consistently has to be the second best player on the Sixers on every single given night, especially in the playoffs. So this type of shit, him only scoring. How many points did he end up finishing? Five points? That can't happen. That can't continue to happen. That I know it won't, but that should never happen again. That should never happen to begin with. It can't continue to happen, and that should have never happened from the jump. You got guys like Tyrese Maxey taking 18 shots. How is Tyrese Maxey, a rookie point guard, taking more shots than Ben Simmons? Taking 18 shots to Ben Simmons 3. How? Explain that to me. Doc Rivers, get on Ben Simmons' ass. Get on his ass about this. That is unacceptable. That should never happen again. Ever. At all. That should never happen. That should never happen again. Ben Simmons, you're 6'10", and even being 6'10", you're as fast as every point guard in the league. And you're as strong as every starting as the majority of starting fours in the league. So why aren't you scoring more points? Well, you have the physical attributes to dominate the game. And honestly, I don't know what it is. Is Ben Simmons not fully healthy? Because his points per game has dropped by 4. Went from averaging 16 last year to 12. What's up with that? And to lend to my point where I said Ben Simmons has to consistently be the second best player on the Sixers, yesterday he wasn't even the 5th best player. Tyrese Maxey, the rookie point guard, offered more value than Ben Simmons did last night. Mike Scott offered more value than Ben Simmons did last night. Isaiah Joe offered more value than Ben Simmons did last night. I don't know, man. It just, when I was watching the game, I wasn't he had 12 assists. Ben Simmons is always going to be valuable and never not be in the league, regardless of the fact that he can't shoot. Why? He has great vision, he rebounds, and he is an incredible defender. Ben Simmons has the attributes to be one of the greatest defenders of all times. Ben Simmons, if he really dedicated himself to playing consistent defense, could be as good, if not better than Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen wishes he had the physical attributes that Ben Simmons had. Ben Simmons is 6'10", 240, and can run like a gazelle. Okay? So I can never ever sit here and call him trash, regardless of what the status of his jumper or anything like that. But damn, man, I expect more from Ben Simmons, especially when they have no one that can guard you. They had no one that could guard Joel Embiid. They definitely don't have anybody that could guard you. Jesus Christ. Ben Simmons, I'm going to say this again. Ben Simmons should be taking at least 10 shots per game. Obviously not shoot. Honestly, Ben Simmons should get, let me not say shots. Field goal attempts. That's better. Ben Simmons should have at least 10 field goal attempts per game. At least 10. If Ben Simmons doesn't have 10 field goal attempts, throw it away. Throw it away. That was a bad game for him. That was a bad game for the Sixers offense. That was a bad game entirely. Ben Simmons should be taking at least 7 field goal attempts per game. What the fuck I saw yesterday should never happen again. Ever. And I understand it'd be some I wouldn't even know what to call it. I know sometimes it'd be some games like that or whatever, but oh Lord, never again. Lord, please, never again. And what I will say about this is the Sixers is, Sixers are looking good right now. It's early on in the season. The sample size is pretty, we have a sample size for, what teams are right now and et cetera, et cetera. Some teams are struggling, some teams are whatever, but, the Sixers have started off very, 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 very strong. Sixers started off very, very strong, and salute to them and props to them. But my thing is, this type of shit can never happen again. All right, Ben Simmons, I'll fuck with you. Ben Simmons, you're a real one. Ben Simmons is a real one, man. He plays the game the right way. Aside from not having, I can shoot better than Ben Simmons. Aside from not having a jumper, Ben Simmons plays the game the right way. Hard, tenacity, hard. He's tenacious. He gives 100%. If Ben Simmons is on the floor, he's going to give 100% of his effort, and I fuck with that. I fuck with Ben Simmons for real, but again, he's been struggling offensively this season, and he needs to get it together. Again, like I said, this is against a shorthanded team. They didn't have Jimmy Butler. They didn't have – who else didn't they have? They didn't have Jimmy Butler, and they didn't have – Bam Adebayo. They didn't have Bam. They didn't have Jimmy Butler. Ben Simmons should have seen that I'm going for 30. A 30 burger. Right behind me. You see what's going on. I'm going for 30. I am going for 30. But that didn't happen. So, Ben Simmons, come on, let's get it together. And another thing I want to say is, man, I continuously am impressed by what I see from Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson. Tyler Hero is just stamping man, Tyler, I'm getting your jersey this week. Man, Tyler Hero is a bucket. Anytime Tyler Hero sees Jimmy Butler's out and Bam's out, oh yeah. Tyler Hero in his head's oh yeah. It's time to eat. I'm finna eat. That's literally Tyler Hero's mindset when Jimmy Butler's out. Jimmy Butler not playing? Oh, I'm finna eat. Bam not playing? I'm finna eat. Bro. Hey, the Heat have a stud in him. Overall, great game. And I'm a little discouraged by the display I saw for the Sixers because why is it even a close game with a team that's missing their two best players? Their two best players are missing. Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler, but the game was still close. Something about that though. And they were down most of the game. Something about that isn't right. All right, let me get into box score and let's get up out of here. So Joel Embiid had 45 points, 16 of 23 from the field, and 16 rebounds. Danny Green had 29 points, 10 for 25 from the field, 9 of 21 from three. And he also had 10 rebounds. It's a crazy ass stat line for him, considering I'm not gonna say considering he be breaking shit, but I mean last time I actually seen Danny Green play was in a Lakers uniform. I haven't seen Danny Green play all season, bruh. He was not it. That's why I was so happy when they traded his ass. Tyrese Maxey, 16 points, 7 and 18 from the field, and 8 assists. Mike Scott, 16 points, 4 of 12 from 3. Isaiah Joe, 13 points, 4 of 10 from 3. As a collective, the Sixers shot 49% from the field, and as a team, they shot 35% from 3. Very respectable. Tyler Hero, 34 points, 12 of 26 from the field, 3 of 9 from 3. 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Duncan Robinson, 26 points, 8 of 16, 6 of 14 from 3. Gabe Vincent, GCSB, stand up. 24 points, 9 of 20 from the field, 4 of 12 from 3. Patrick Achiuwu, 17 points, 7 of 10 from the field, 13 rebounds. Kelly Olynyk, 15 points, 6 of 12, 3 of 9 from 3, and 8 rebounds. As a collective, the Heat shot 48% from the field and 33% from 3. All right, to get into the next game. All right, so the Pacers were able to defeat the Warriors 104-95, and they ended then that concludes the Warriors' 7-game homestand. All right, so the second half, the Warriors lost this game in the second. Honestly, the Warriors lost this game in the last 2 minutes of the game. But their second half, the Warriors' offense in the second half was atrocious. They only had 38 points and had 12 turnovers. All right, 38 points and 12 turnovers. 12 turnovers is bad as fuck. Bad. And then also, on top of the 12 turnovers, they gave up a late 11-0 run, which is what essentially gave the Pacers the win. The Pacers bench outscored the Warriors bench 31-21. Aaron Holiday was lights out and getting big buckets down the stretch of the game. Same thing with Justin. Justin's 3 actually sealed the game. And what I will say is there were some good signs for Warriors fans. Kelly Oubre and Andrew Wiggins are emerging as good role players and stepping up when they need to be. Kelly Oubre got off to an incredible start. He had 15 points in the first half, but second half was very quiet because he only had 2. Andrew Wiggins, I need to give him some love. Andrew Wiggins gets a lot of hate around the league because for various reasons. I mean, not that it's not warranted, but Andrew Wiggins was active as fuck defensively last night. He played good basketball. As of right now, he's playing really, really good basketball. He had 5 blocks last night. 5. He was beating shit. You would have thought he was AD out there. He was getting to his spots, hitting open shots, staying aggressive all night, and I honestly liked what I seen from Andrew Wiggins last night. It's really disappointing that the Warriors couldn't get a win The Warriors couldn't get a win off a team that was actually shorthanded. They didn't have Victor Oladipo, but nevertheless, they didn't have Victor Oladipo, but Miles Turner stepped it up. Miles Turner's Domantas Sabonis did that shit. So Miles Turner had 22 points, 7 of 11 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 12 rebounds, man. It's really good to see Miles Turner growing as a player, man. He's really expanding his game for sure. Seeing Miles Turner go 3 or 5 from 3, man, who would have thought that would happen? It's really crazy what the big man is really asked to do in today's NBA. You have to be able to space the floor. You have to be able to guard the pick and roll. Honestly, big man have to be extremely talented to. If you're a starting big man in I was gonna say NFL in the NBA, you are that guy for real. Because if you think about all the things that the center is asked to, a good center, I think all the things a good center is asked to do, it's a lot. You have to be able to guard the pick and roll, score, hit threes, rebound, and even some centers have to be able to facilitate. Jokic, not be able to, but some centers even are asked to facilitate and run the offense. It's crazy to think, but hey. Domantas Sabonis, 18 points, 7 of 15 from the field, 14 rebounds, 6 assists. Aaron Holiday, 16 points, 6 of 16 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, and he had 12 assists. Malcolm Brogdon, 5 of 18 from the field. That's pretty bad. 2 of 6 from 3, 8 assists. Edmund Sumner, 12 points, 6 of 11 from the field, 4 rebounds. As a team, the Pacers shot 44% from the field and 32% from 3. Not bad. Very like I said, very back and forth game. It was close the entire way, but at the end, the Pacers were able to pull away because they went on a run and made stops when they needed to. 11-0 run to pretty much seal the game off. So Andrew Wiggins, we get into him. He had 22 points, 4 of 9 from the field. No, he had 22 points, 4 of 9 from 3, and 7 rebounds. Steph Curry went 7 of 17, 3 of 8 from 3, 4 rebounds. Kelly Oubre, 17 points, 6 of 11, 3 of 7 from 3, 5 rebounds. Damon Lee showed up big off the bench, 12 points, 5 of 11, 2 of 7 from 3, and he had 3 rebounds. As a collective, the Warriors shot 38% from the field and 34% from three. Not what we're accustomed to, but hey, it is what it is. And like I said, good game. At this point in the season, I'm just happy that every team, despite the COVID situation, teams are playing. There hasn't been too many games canceled. I think a couple games got canceled this week. The Celtics and the Celtics game got postponed. I forgot who they're playing off the top of my head, but I think the NBA is going to need to go back to some sort of bubble, something like that, because I don't know if they're going to be able to have a full-on season with the way things are going right now. I think maybe after the All-Star break, they should go into like a bubble or some sort of like regional bubble or something like that. Please, I just want to be able to continue talking about basketball on my podcast. So that's my suggestion to the NBA. I know they just implemented some new protocols and stuff like that, which I wasn't able to get to today, but maybe I'll get into it later today or in tomorrow's podcast. But with that being said, thank you very much to those people who are supporting me. Viral Movie 5E. Tell anybody you know about Pull Up the Tape. And Viral Movie 5E. I'm going to say that shit again. Again, thank you for everybody supporting me, and stay blessed.